Just wanted to address a quick thing here on Reddit it's been here a long time. It's called the Gangstalking community, and it's not just on Reddit. It's a widespread problem across multiple social media platforms and just in daily life in general. Basically, this subreddit, gang stalking, and the idea of gang stalking is a prominent issue in mental health in general. It can be, called different things, but essentially, it's just a idea that paranoid schizophrenic people tend to suffer from when they think that they are being targeted by a group campaign, either by the government or someone that they think doesn't like them. They think they know information that they shouldn't know. Any sort of things like this. It initially started pretty small. Again, this subreddit was created in December of 2011, as you can see here. So it's been here for a long time, and it's faced a lot of criticism. Well, not as much criticism, I think, as it deserves. So pretty much just an outline of what these people believe. They are extremely mentally ill, most of them, and some are just kind of on the cusp of mental illness, and or not necessarily mentally ill, but just kind of searching for a group to belong in. And that's what a lot of conspiracies are. If you're not into conspiracies and things like that, there's a lot of cool podcasts that kind of go through them and things like that and how these people think. But this individually isn't necessarily like a conspiracy as much as it is just straight up mental illness, because a lot of it is focused on paranoid schizophrenia, and there's a lot of narcissism kind of coupled in here. So let's go through some of this. So gang stalking in general involves the belief that you are a TI, or targeted individual. Here's a whole definition here. It's an umbrella term describing a series of techniques utilized by a group to instill mental instability within a victim with the intent to discredit, sabotage, harass, extort, even drive a victim to suicide. A victim of gang stalking can have their reputation, credibility ruined. Proving one's targeting can be very challenging, and there is very little law enforcement support, which allows gang stalking to be extremely effective. Now, there's a reason there's very little law enforcement support, because 99.999% of the time, these people are just delusional, right? They hear voices, they suffer from auditory and visual delusions and hallucinations and things like that. Which, again, it's hard because to these people, what they're experiencing is real, right? Somebody experiencing auditory hallucinations and delusions, they're really hearing these voices. So it's very difficult to convince them that they're not hearing these voices. It would be like me talking to you right now. It's as real as that, right? It's as real as hearing an actual voice talking to you. Introspection is a big part of it, of people getting out of this. And you have to kind of question, like, am I actually hearing this voice? Or is this just a part of my imagination, right? And I use imagination very loosely. But anyway, let's get to the content here. So there are 39.6 thousand members in this community. It's 11:30 on it's 12 o'clock on a Thursday in December right now, and there's 111 people in this community currently active. There are people like me who are just kind of curious about this stuff and do a lot of shit posting and things like that. As you can see, I'm banned, but not because of shit posting again. I am banned because I don't think that this is a healthy community to kind of address the problems going on with these mentally ill people. And I think it exacerbates the problem that is going on here. And I've addressed this many times with the moderators and things like that, and I just get banned for it. So I can no longer kind of commentate inside the community, so I kind of am just a spectator at this point. So if you look here and just go through the post from today, right? This is from 20 hours ago. They have it's just so clear as day these people are suffering. So this post has 10 upvotes. It was 20 hours ago by High Strangeness, 1 Headlighters. hey, I know this is a big part of gang stalking. Again, this right here is a big part of the community. If you go through it enough, they think that people with one headlight on are harassing them. Hey, I know this is a big part of gang stalking and so much more and worse happens, but I just see so many cars with one headlight out. It's crazy. It's just not impossible that this many people have one light out. It's just not possible that this many people have one light out. Anyway, I just kind of want to hear from other TIs, again, that's targeted individuals, about if they get this often and any stories. And then you go into the comments, and they are desperate. Again, all of these comments are just affirming what this person, it's affirming these people's delusions, right? Which is dangerous. And we've seen this time and time again. Anybody who studies mental health or anything like that can tell you this is not a good way of handling the situation. So this person says they are desperate for attention, doing absolutely anything to get noticed, making me feel like a true celebrity. And again, that's another big point in this illness is a lot of these people kind of feel like it's the Truman Show, right? They feel like the whole world revolves around them, that there are, thousands of actors, right, on the street and things like that just to annoy them or harass them, right? They're the center of the world pretty much. It's a lot of malignant narcissism. Ultimately, the stalkers want you to take everything personally. Likely the headlights were not about you, and if they were, so what? So there's a lot of normal discussion here too, but again, I think any discussion that is affirming these delusions is harmful. With anything, mimicry, NLP, noise campaigns, this is another big one that they focus on in here. It's these noise campaigns. So somebody honking their horn, if you're asleep or something like that, is a deliberate attempt to harass you, right? Forced theater. This guy's hitting them all on the head. Theater of referring to people walking by you who like look at you or something. That would be a form of harassment, right? Most of this is spiritual. Ignore it all. It's a form of worship. Change your mindset. You are the book's hero. See, again, you are the book's hero. Try it for a day. You need to walk around like a boss. Again, these people want to be the hero of a story in their own world. It's a lot of mentally ill people kind of just converging on a group forum. This guy thinks it's more of a government related, right? In fact, I have proof. My bumbling handler was a Jefferson County Sheriff's Drugs Task Force sociopath. Our government turned on its own citizens. It's not spiritual. It's a fucked up situation is what it is. So this guy thinks that a sheriff is harassing him, which honestly, I don't want to get into the whole police thing. That's a separate issue because mental illness and policing does not go hand in hand. So these people actually are at an increased risk of harm from law enforcement because they believe the things that they believe, and they are at a greater risk of coming in contact with law enforcement. And once law enforcement just is terrible with dealing with mental illness, right? And that's a topic for an entirely different video. This guy says you are right. Those one headlight cars are not gang stalkers. They are simply regular people with a missing headlight. You are being tricked by lower voice to skull. That's what they call it. Lower voice to skull. It's like a mind control technique or something. I made over 20 videos explaining this subject. So this guy is saying it's not what you think it is. It's this other thing. And they go down these just different rabbit holes of conspiracies and mental illness related people. We'll get to them in a second, the videos. So again, this is just all comments reaffirming. I upvoted this one because you probably just live in a shitty area where no one has money to spend on their clapped out jalapenos. Jalapenos? I don't know what that means. So yeah. So that is a big part of this community. So now we'll so that's just one post. That's one post from today that's gotten 8 upvotes. There's 34 comments. So it's a thriving community. And it's amazing how many just mentally ill people are in here. It's crazy. So now we'll go to, there's a lot of people who post videos. And again, a lot of the proof that these people post are simply like, this isn't a proof video, but they'll post proof like, again, just they'll be in a grocery store and people will be walking around doing whatever they want, and they'll get looked at or something by somebody because they're being crazy, and they'll say that this is proof that people are gang stalking them. Just insane delusional thinking and things like that. So if we check out this video here, this is a guy who says, check out this dude. He's posting a video about another guy who is documenting his experience with mental illness. His explanations make sense about gang stalking and RNM. I don't know what that is. And stuff, especially this video, he explains how they use mind control hologram broadcast avatars. So let's give a listen to this.
Yeah, man, it's the 5th of September, 2022. And in this video, I want to talk about broadcasts and how gang stalkers use broadcasts for sexual assault. And it's something that a lot of us have dealt with. It's a really horrible crime, really, because there's really no good way at this point to prove that these things are happening with broadcasts. And I've had a lot of people, like tons of people, hundreds if not more people over the years, especially girls, talk about how they feel like they're being penetrated with broadcasts, and or how they feel like a lot of people really think that they're being raped, and like somebody's coming in to wherever they are and like raping them while they're sleeping and stuff like that.
So he's saying that these targeted individuals, TIs, are being raped by nothing, right? So I think he's talking about, the title of the video, Mind Control Holograms. So again, these people are very, very sick, and these things are probably happening, right? They're probably delusions that they are being raped. And imagine how traumatic that is for somebody with mental illness who doesn't realize that they have this problem, thinking that they're being raped in the middle of the night. I wanted to highlight something before we go on with this video. The rules in this community one of the rules is do not accuse mental illness. So you're not even allowed to suggest that these people might be suffering from some type of mental illness. And then that just allows these people to reaffirm each other's beliefs, which again is dangerous. And that's how these communities continue to grow without any pushback.
And it's because of mind control and broadcast, and it can really lead people into believing, especially while they're asleep, because you can, in your mind, like your dreams, you can experience things like as broadcast. And so a lot of times, though, what happens when a gang stalker is on mind control and they're wearing the EEG looking headset thing on their head that allows them to connect to a broadcast, like a hologram broadcast, and live and have the experience of living as that broadcast. If you don't really quite understand what I mean.
What he means is that he's saying that people like me, regular people that are gang stalkers, right? We're paid by the government to harass these people, as if that's a plausible thing. So we are being paid to put these things on our heads and become holograms, go into these people's dreams like Freddy Krueger and rape these people in their dreams. That is literally what he is saying. And a lot of these people believe this, man. Let's go to this guy's YouTube channel real quick. This man has almost 9,000 subscribers, okay? This video has 860 views, and let's go, I don't know what the video is. here's just a random video, right? From 9 months ago. Look at the comments, dude. You're not lying. I just stopped speaking with a friend over this stuff. I'm going through the again. This brings up the topic of censorship, right? And the ability to kind of, it's tough because these things really should not be affirmed, right? So it's like, how do you stop these things from being broadcasts and more delusional people being like, hey, I knew I was right. Like this guy, this prominent figure, and this guy obviously isn't that prominent, but there's much more prominent figures in the gang stalking community that push this stuff. And I mean, it's a problem with all conspiracies in general. A lot of these people are probably involved in multiple different type of conspiracies and things like that, and QAnon and all that stuff. And it just takes a prominent individual in the community promoting these things, and you have like an Alex Jones situation where you're harassing parents of dead kids and things like that. So let's get back to the whole gang stalking subreddit here, which is the kind of main point of this discussion. I just wanted to kind of highlight what's going on with mental health on the internet and why huge forums like this are such a problem. I mean, you can just go down the rabbit hole of videos and just keep finding more and more and more. Again, I was banned from this subreddit. I don't know if I said that before, but I've been banned from this subreddit for trying to speak reason and, have some influence over the mods and, getting them to kind of change how they moderate this subreddit and focusing more on a mental health issue rather than affirming these people's delusions. But that's never going to happen, unfortunately, because, again, Reddit is a huge forum. People have been banned, subreddits have been banned for much less than this. So if there's a reason to ban a subreddit, I mean, I don't see how this is not a reason to ban a subreddit when you're causing this much harm to the mentally ill community. It's just depressing to see. Some people will laugh at it and things like that, which is fine, but like, it's not going to solve anything. And these people are very sick, right? These people did not ask for their brains to be wired like this, right? It's just, it's sad. It's a sad thing to watch. So we will leave it there for now. Until next time. I hope you guys learned something about the mental health issues that are going on huge platforms like Reddit, YouTube. It's kind of everywhere, obviously. I just don't know what we can really do about slowing the echo chamber-ness of these spaces, but that's a topic for another video. Thanks. To leave a like and subscribe if you so please. And I will see you later. Peace.